Hi everybody, this is Frog Snack and welcome to a Let's Build. This is a Roman house. My attempt started out as I started with this awesome adorable little courtyard here. But I wanted it to be a starter house that is only 20,000 simoleons, and it quickly got out of hand with that because I wanted it to have enough space for a family to grow into it within the first generation, and then I'm not having to constantly update everything just because their family is growing and it was only like a little square that they were living in. So I might create a Roman starter home, but right now I'm just, I guess, making something like a patrician's home. And if you can see, I was kind of careful about putting out panels and making sure that it's going to look correct. Now, the first part of the video I have a little slower than the rest so that you can actually see a few things. And after that, it's just going to speed up so you can witness the rest of the build. And I think I'll have a family move into this pretty soon here. So once in my test of time challenge, I have a family move into this lot, I'll try to link it to this video so that you can go back and see it actually practically in use. Now, I know the Romans had a lot of open space in their homes. They had offshoots, you know, where there would be rooms and things, but I haven't properly studied Roman architecture other than the big impressive, you know, the Parthenon and things like that. So obviously, they're not going to be living in the Parthenon, but I wanted to include things like columns and like doors. And basically, if I like this house enough to give it even to slaves and to absolutely everybody, what I'll do is just use the same buy house cheat for every new family so that nobody's finances go down by it. And that's my way of keeping true to the challenge. But I would like them to live in like a pretty nice house. I'll just have to be careful because if I give it to slaves, well, they're, you know, they could easily sell some things and therefore be able to afford more and have more money. But in the case of columns and that, they all kind of have to, you know, to be there for the aesthetic look of the place. But you'll see towards the end of the video that I put, this is me recoloring stuff still, but you can see toward the end of the building, or towards the end of the build, that the top roof I just kind of give like a little false second floor to so that we can work within that later. So that's my goal, is to eventually work in it. And again, just wanting to be true to like follow a pattern. And I think we're going to speed it up here in a little bit so that you can actually see the rest of the build. But for now, that gives you a little bit of an overview. I've ended up putting in a bunch of different rooms and just trying different sectionals. I had sort of like an outhouse in the back at first because I know I know in the beginning, you know, or in maybe I'm thinking of settlers' times where they would have an outhouse. So, and I ended up just doing like a little offshoot for a kitchen, and I actually think the house could use a lot of work. But I spent an hour or so on it already, and I wanted to get back into just playing my game because I get distracted by building, which I've said. So I hope you enjoy it, seeing all of the different panels and all the different things that were chosen, and I get really I get really hung up on patterns and things, and so I think that's what you'll see is just some of the fun you can have with recoloring and with actually changing things in your game. I will say something that's a lot of the times I feel overlooked when people do a build or a remodel of a home in the game is that they don't look at lighting too carefully. And I don't know, maybe they do and I don't notice it, but one thing I've really noticed with this challenge where I'm trying to use only flame is that you can change the color of any light so that it is flame. If you have testing cheats enabled on, I don't know if you have to have that cheat on or not, but you hold Control Shift and you click on that light, I think in game, not in build mode, and then your sim, whoever it is that's selected, is the little face that pops up, and then they're the one that tells you, you know, what light color. But you can change all the, you know, all the lights in your entire house to blue and whatever you want. But if you change it to flame, it's a lot more realistic, and you can get more of a natural light out of it. So I think there's more things you can do with light than people really realize. If it looks too much like a dungeon or it's not bright enough, you can make any light in the game brighter. So I used to go through the catalog and just try to find things that were bright enough, not realizing that I could tell them all what to do. So you can choose a light that looks however you want, and then you can, like I said, hold Control Shift and click on that light in game and tell it what it's going to be. So I use a lot of flame here because, of course, it's Roman era, and I'll use like the wall torches and that because I love them. I'm probably going to keep going with, you know, this theme for quite a little while because they obviously had no electricity. So it's going to be a challenge for me to figure out how many places I can use flame and still have things look like they're moving through to the next era. But that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully this little house will serve us well, and my little simmies can use it for many generations. Again, I don't have it up on the exchange or anything. If you guys want to see one of my homes on the exchange, let me know. I guess maybe I should just be putting them up, but I'd rather share the video and get it out for you guys so that we can get back into the actual gameplay, because I intend on doing a lot of little builds, and yeah, I don't know that I wanted to upload every single thing that I do, which is really, for years I haven't really uploaded a lot, so. But let me know if you're interested, and I can rethink my policy. Gosh, I almost put some horrible windows in here. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the build. It's gonna go triple or 5 times the normal speed, so you should be able to see it pretty quickly, and I'll see you back at the channel watching videos. This is Frog Snack, signing out.
Movies are your passion, and I find it quite ironic that watching you in action makes watching other movies seem moronic. And I'll never be the same as an audience member, 'cause nobody else's face will be as worth paying for. They'll make your face so pretty in the pictures, but I'll always love the way it looks so near with its flaws. The distance between you and me makes us look so put together. But I'd rather see all your messy scars if you weren't a movie star. You'd still have the lead in most of my dreams. If I weren't driving this old rent-a-car, I'd pick you up in a limousine. Maybe that's taking it a bit too far. I always was one for fantasy. If I didn't feel so incomplete, I'd pick you up and take you home with me. I'd pick you up and take you. You've ruined the film experience for me, unless it's you on the screen. And I bet having you in the seat right next to me would cure my disease. And I'll never be the same as a part-time lover, 'cause nobody else's face will be as worth puckering for. They'll make your face so pretty in the pictures, but I'll always love the way it looks so near with its flaws. The distance between you and me makes us look so put together. But I'd rather see all your messy scars if you weren't a movie star. You'd still have the lead in most of my dreams. If I weren't driving this old rent-a-car, I'd pick you up in a limousine. And maybe that's taking it a bit too far. I always was one for fantasy. If I didn't feel so incomplete, I'd pick you up and take you home with me. I'd pick you up and take you. And LA's a lonely town, so lonely for a town with so much noise around. When things get loud, I tend to get quiet. And I could have gone home with 3 men last night. They were tall and they were suave. They were ahead of their as a singer-songwriting. 'Cause nobody else's face will be as worth describing. If you weren't a movie star, you'd still have the lead in all my dreams. If I were driving this soul rent-a-car, I'd pick you up in a limousine. Baby, that's taking it a bit too far. I always was one for fantasy. Didn't feel so incomplete. I'd pick you up, take you home with me. I'd pick you up, take you. I'd pick you up. I'll never be the same as a love song troubadour. Nobody else's love will be as worth writing.